This government meeting is brought to you by Eastworks and our local cable subscribers.
With that, I will call to order this meeting of the Easthampton Planning Board for Tuesday, March 18th, 2025. I would like to just make a comment acknowledging that we did lose a planning board member last month when Danny Hartman passed. My own relationship with him was not strictly limited to planning board, but largely, he was a shining light, and I think he will be missed certainly here, but I think in the community and to all his friends and family as well. So just want to get that on the record.
A lot of people at that work. A lot of people.
Moving right along, we got no minutes, no A&Rs, no new business other than general planning department updates.
Yeah, so we
Dylan.
I figure we'll just give you the heads up on what's been happening and what we expect is actually going to be coming our way. So in general, the two kind of major things right now relating to city ordinances, zoning ordinances, is the Affordable and Fair Housing Partnership. I sent that along to you folks, are proposing some pretty broad zoning changes to make development of housing easier and to really overhaul kind of all the zoning districts to just essentially have urban, suburban, and rural, which would effectively replace, I believe, what is it, R5, R15, and then I want to say it's R30 or 35 for the last one, is effectively what it makes it. It's all in there. That's kind of one of the big pieces in there. And then just changing, what's permitted in what districts. There's certain things in there that are, I'm going to say, pretty uncontroversial, right, where it's almost cleaning things up. Like you can build a duplex by right in some districts, but if you want to convert a single family to a duplex, now it requires a special permit from the ZBA. Stuff like that, I think will definitely kind of part of a cleanup effort, but this is definitely going to be more of an overhaul. So definitely take a look at it. It's being discussed now in the ordinance subcommittee, and it will at some point, I would imagine in the relatively near future, require a joint meeting between that board and this. Short-term rentals is also now a big topic of conversation. The new building commissioner, we came in, he correctly observed that our zoning actually doesn't allow for short-term rentals. They've been going on for the past couple of years. People were registering with the state, paying the taxes they needed to pay on these, kind of doing everything as far as they could tell, kind of by the books, but somebody really looked at the books. It says the books say you can't do them. So right now there's a case before the ZBA, an appeal of the building commissioner's decision. It was continued to our meeting next week as the city tries to figure out the best way to handle this. The mayor had a press release, I don't know if you saw that, essentially saying that they're looking to suspend enforcement action to give, again, the ordinance subcommittee time to address that. Me and Allison, Allison really has been working on a draft for rental registration, the rental bylaws, which I think it's safe to say we'll get that probably draft out to you folks soon on that one. We've got a city ordinance and then the zoning ordinance as well. The zoning ordinance will obviously again be coming to this in a joint hearing with the City Council Ordinance Committee, but the city ordinance portion, I don't know. I don't believe it has to be reviewed in a joint meeting. So we'll probably just send that out to you folks just for your input on it as well. Those are kind of the big ones that have been happening. And then again, I've been saying it for a while, getting calls about projects, people thinking about doing stuff. We had one person submit an application and then withdraw it as they decided to go from a 3-family down to a 2-family. But 35 Pleasant Street, the old Notre Dame Church, has been purchased. It was purchased by Five Star Realty, I think is the name of it. And I expect that there will be an application that comes to this board to develop that property. What that project is, I can't say. We haven't received anything other than inquiries, and
he did part of the school, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And the button building and.
Yeah, I mean, the guy does some nice projects.
yep, I think he was here most recently for the Ounce Club.
Yep.
So again, property has
we
been
are at the
purchased.
ready.
I expect it when that one comes to us. It's, I imagine that one too, you guys have enjoyed your time off. If a project there actually does materialize, I expect you guys can, get back to work as normal.
We'll mobilize quickly.
Is there any update on Sierra Vista? What's going on with that? Any?
Nothing.
Okay.
They got all their
Nothing really,
approvals.
yeah.
They do, yeah. I just didn't know. I haven't seen much activity there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's going on with Lower Main Street? Any idea?
That one's still in appeal right now. I haven't had an update on where that appeal process is. So
I've been thinking about all this housing thing, okay?
Well, hold on, because.
Okay, we can't say nothing?
Yeah, let's wait
Okay.
until it's actually on our agenda.
All right.
Let's not free speak.
yeah.
Free verse.
Got a lot I could say about that.
You will have the floor, I
so?
promise, when you want to.
For the, with the 385 or?
I think he's talking about the ordinance. I don't know what
Uh,
he's talking about, but we'll wait until it's on our agenda.
Yeah.
well, for any members of the public who wish to show up to the meeting next week, you guys have been so tired of not being able to meet on Tuesday nights. Tuesday nights is when they're doing a lot of these ordinance subcommittee meetings. So you're doing one next Tuesday and then the following Tuesday as well. I forget how they've broken it out. Connie told us early, or Councilor Denham told us earlier today, but that was earlier today. I've already
Yeah,
forgotten.
right.
One of them's one portion, the next week is the other portion. Is it next week is rental? Yeah, next week is going to be the short-term rentals. The week after will be the affordable housing portion.
All right.
When do we expect to see this overhaul of the urban suburban? Is that in a month, 6 months? Do we know kind of the timeline?
Hard to say. If I were betting, I would probably say sometime this summer, early summer, late spring.
They're gonna have a lengthy ordinance hearings, I think, before they have a finished
Sure.
product to recommend, just from my feel of the vibes.
Yeah, it's pretty substantial, and I only say early summer, late spring, if they wanted to bring you guys into the process early to really get, feedback and actually work on this. I don't think
Yeah.
it'll be quite as easy as the sign hearings we've had.
Sure. Yeah, no, definitely.
But I could see it arriving at this board and joint hearings happening sooner rather than later.
Okay.
I guess they don't have to do all of it at once either. They could decide to go with the low hanging fruit and present that
Perhaps,
stuff.
yeah.
But that's them.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
That's the bulk of it. Questions?
Allison, anything else? Nope. You're staying off camera and off mic. Well done. All right. I will take a motion to adjourn then.
So moved.
Second that.
Thank goodness. All in favor?
Aye.
This government meeting is brought to you by Eastworks and our local cable subscribers.